get to do the thumbs up, we do the thumbs up.
I know. I'll wait next time.
Good evening and welcome to the Petaluma Community Access Board of Directors meeting for Tuesday, March 19th, 2013. And would our secretary please call the roll?
Cindy Thomas.
Here.
Eric Adams.
Here.
Matt Pearson. Jason Davies is me, I am here. Neil Fishman. Absent.
In Seattle.
Rachel Moran.
Here.
George.
Here.
Tripp. Tim Williamson.
Here.
And John Berducci.
Here.
Thanks.
Okay, we have a quorum, so we can get started. And is there anyone here tonight for public comment? Seeing none, item 3, Board of Directors comments and announcements. I have to get used to this format. Any comments, announcements?
I'll just make a comment. I was down at the station and I saw the lounge start to take shape. It looks great. It looks like it's going to be a wonderful place for people to hang out, talk about media, create media for events, etc. And I think it's a real nice direction for the station. So it's nice to see. Thank you. It's coming along great.
I like the newsprint wallpaper.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
pretty newsy.
Anything else? No city announcements? Mr. City, anything else?
I'll have to work harder next time, I guess.
Okay, everybody's got the agenda. Is there any modifications or can we approve it?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Item 5, approval of the minutes of the February 19th, 2013 meeting. Did you mean to put the executive committee minutes on here for approval too, or?
Did I mean to? Did I put them on there inadvertently?
Well, I know you sent minutes out from the executive committee meeting.
I don't think would they have to be approved here because they are.
I did not. I spoke to John and John said that it wasn't a requirement
Okay.
to send them out, but I could
Okay, we
do
have
that.
in the past, but that's, I'm fine with the executive committee approving
Probably
the
couldn't
minutes.
think of anything to put in the minutes.
They would have to, because
There
everyone
was
else would have to
actually
abstain.
only one item and it was a closed item.
Right.
Yeah,
A closed
we
session
don't
item.
generally get minutes from meeting
Okay.
committees. I think if they're
You
read
get
into the
reports from
report
committees.
and factor into the next minutes of these
Okay.
meetings.
All right.
Might-
So are there any modifications to the minutes of the Feb 19 meeting?
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed?
I like the pirate.
Abstentions? Okay, treasurer's report. Let's hold on and see if Matt shows up for that. So we will hold item 6 for the time being. Item 7, executive director's report. Mr. Bertucci, please.
Okay, well, I've been wrestling with some mafia out east who have us over the barrel with a copier.
Oh,
Now, you know, it's one of those things, you sign a lease for 5 years and you gotta read really finely because we pay to get it back to Missouri.
Ask me about that later.
Yeah, but no, I've been working with them. I got it down to, our closing fee is $47, that's property tax, and we've got a $360 shipping,
Yeah, it's manageable.
which is reasonable. It'll be gone by April 11th, and, oh, they'll probably find something wrong that they wanna charge us for.
Yeah, that's nothing wrong with it.
But moving right along, got that done. The financial review, I sent a letter to John Brown, had an email exchange with him as to when we might meet to discuss it. And he replied that just set it up with Katie and we can slip in. You know, there is a timing issue, which we'll be discussing later. There's 2 issues on his desk concerning PCA. I suspect we'll have 2 meetings with him before June. But I would like to get moving forward on the financial review. The school partnership has bogged down on Dave Rose's desk.
On whose desk?
Dave Rose. We had a flush of students coming in. One was entitled class for the whole semester. So we thought that was pretty good, something we might want to promote as a school partnership. Since then, we've had another
What's good?
half dozen students come in from the high schools. So we've got a booming student interface, and we've also got a lot of JC students coming. So I thought meeting with Dave, we could kind of formalize a partnership. But we're also very concerned because we've been doing high school graduations for years. Very little cooperation from the event planning. We can't get our name into the program. They, last minute, they're surprised that we show up. So we're actually considering discontinuing them. They're very labor intensive, and we haven't sold many DVDs. I said that in an email to Dave, hoping that would stir him to at least, acknowledge us. So we'll see where that goes.
Can you maybe send that also to the principals?
Well, we're dealing with vice principals, and they then hand us off to the planning team. I was hoping that if we had something coming out of the district office that, no.
I wouldn't
Okay,
expect
well, we'll see
that.
where it goes. The graduations take place in May, and so we need to start planning, especially if we want to get in the program. The Petaluma Community Foundation grant that we requested for $5,000, we had a site visit on Thursday the 14th. 2 board members and Marilyn Siegel, the executive director, came by, saw the station, we had a nice chat. They should have a decision by the first week of April, and the award ceremony is the 20th of April. I've got a real nice list of our class schedule. Caitlin prepared this, but we have an update at the top. We've got 20 new members, over 20 new members since January 1st.
Oh, super.
We've got upcoming events, activities. We have a dine out for PCA and Aquas Cafe on March 25th. That's Monday, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Monday. So go to the Aquas on Monday. We get 20% of whatever you spend there. We've got flyers out. Caitlin did a nice flyer. We have also have plans to host an Aquas video and film mixer. I ran into Eric at the last one, the writer's mixer, and these are pretty lively events. You might want to bring a bullhorn to be heard. Well, I'll just go through the plan first. Aquas will have PCA as the sponsor host for their monthly gathering. The evening begins with a brief presentation by Caitlin, about 3 to 5 minutes, with a little video and a handout, followed by the natural networking. They have speed dating kind of introductions. PCA will also have a cameraman, Thomas, present to film introductions from anybody who wants to be on the air, which we will broadcast. We will also host a small raffle, current items to raffle are a membership, a free class, a VIP seating at our first screening in the lounge, and a DVD of the Butter and Eggs. We're looking for other ideas. The problem here, though, is that this is April 23rd, which, is it April 23rd?
Same week.
Okay, there's no problem at all. Does anybody have a calendar?
Yeah.
I do, what are you looking for?
Our next board meeting.
Our next board
It's the
meeting.
23rd, the third Tuesday, or the 4th?
It's the 4th Tuesday.
Oh, good, then there's no problem, we don't have to move. So we're gonna have a quick meeting tonight. Okay, well, you're all invited, would be really a good place, because, we negotiated this. At first it was gonna be a PCA and another business, and we wanted to be the sole host. We wanna really be on the top of this event, so mark your calendars for April 23rd, and that will be the Aquas video and film mixer. And we've scheduled our first screening for the lounge viewing room. It's called Sweetgrass. It's a documentary that was produced for POV, the PBS series. They've got a series where they send their documentaries out with speakers. So we're very excited about this.
What day is that?
That will be May 1st. It's an award-winning documentary. We'll show it at 7 p.m. in our new lounge. We'll have a guest speaker question and answer period. And we'll be open free admission. We'll accept donations and we'll serve refreshments. I should just say, I've seen the film. It is really kind of exceptional. It's about cowboys driving sheep over the hills. And there's no real dialogue unless you like cowboy talk. Cowboy talk is unique.
They drive sheep?
They herd them. What is it? What do they call it? Sheep drive?
Usually you drive cows and use horses, so I was just thinking, that's gotta be pretty funny.
Well, you'll have to come to the show and see how it's done.
It's April 24th, you said?
May
23rd.
1st. May 1st.
No, May 1st.
23rd is the operas and the 25th of March.
Okay.
That'll get hits on
Okay,
YouTube.
so we've completed 3 class cycles. We've had Final Cut 101, as we completed 2 cycles. The first session was full, the second session was half full. We did a 201, currently in session, it is full, and I did a one night only of interview techniques, and it was full. We have upcoming classes. We're gonna be teaching beginning video production for Spanish speakers. Will be taught by our member Mario Marquecho on Saturday, April 6th, 13th, and 20th from 1:30 to 3. The cost for that is $50, and Thomas is preparing a script writing class, how to use Celtex for structuring your script. And we will probably be doing a Final Cut 101 again in May. So that slice of our pie is working very well.
Cherry.
So where am I now? Okay, cleaning service. We've got a cleaning service that takes care of the building. He's been asking me maybe 2 times a year for the last 3 years whether we wanted it. Now with the new space, it becomes interesting, and also because we've got a very high performance staff, and I just don't want to see them running the vacuum around. It just lifts the level. We clean the house top to bottom for the PCF visit, and it really makes things a lot brighter if it's a clean place. So the cost is going to be $88 a month. That's visiting twice a month. And they vacuum, they do the windows, doors, garbage, all that. And Caitlin has been working on a new business card for TCA. I think it looks kind of neat.
Clean my house. Ooh.
Yeah. And she wants to put this on the back. So we're developing that. It's still got the same colors, but with a new, fresher look.
What's the purpose
Digital
of the back?
look.
Yeah.
Pardon? What's the purpose of the back?
Just
So
I'm
you're
not sure,
gonna
it's just
double-sided.
because
It goes on the back of the door,
I think it looks like playing cards, you know, you get a hand.
or a psycho
Well-
test or something?
you know, when your cards are upside down, it makes them stand
Oh,
out more.
Back of the business.
Just as a
Oh.
design.
Are they supposed to be pixels?
Yeah, pixels. These are
Really
3D
big
floating
pixels.
pixels. She worked a long time with triangles. And that's it for my,
Super. Thank you.
Nice. Okay. Anybody have any questions or feedback?
I have one question. Can we switch the hour to the radio from 1 hour to 2 hours again? How can we do that?
you just come to see me at the office. It's not a board issue.
Oh, I thought it was. That's why I've always had that.
Operational.
It's operational.
Okay, let's do that.
Come and talk to us.
All right. Yeah, 'cause I thought it was this. Sounds good.
Okay, there's no items under the consent calendar. So we'll skip 8, go to 9, reports of committees. I know there was an executive committee meeting that I couldn't attend, I was sick. Does somebody wanna report out on that?
Had an executive committee meeting?
There was a,
Yeah, we met
Yeah.
upstairs lobby, I mean in the meeting room, the conference room upstairs.
Go ahead.
Shouldn't Vice
should
Chair.
Eric, don't chicken out.
Sure, okay, no, there's no
So,
chicken here,
I
I'm just
think
trying to
we're-
recall,
Were
actually.
you there?
I was there.
Game.
Okay.
Didn't have to do with some,
The contingency plan.
didn't have to do with some
Oh,
video,
yes.
some video equipment and ordering and stuff.
That was one of the
I
items.
think it had to do with,
And then the
No, it
contingency
had-
plan for the city,
right,
Mhm.
Yeah, 2 topics.
2 topics, right.
I know what happened, I wasn't even there.
That's how good you are.
Okay,
so
there's
you
your
wanna-
report, I guess.
Yeah,
Well-
that is a report, we didn't take any action.
Right.
No, no
You will-
action was
yeah,
taken.
Yeah, you,
We did? Did
No, we didn't take any action.
No.
Actually, both topics are on the agenda tonight.
Yeah.
One's in closed
okay,
session
do we
and-
wanna just hold off there, because I believe there was action, and that, that's why we had a visit with Irv today. That was the charge, right?
Oh, yeah, okay, you could say that.
Well, that was closed.
You were there, right? Were you at the executive
I'm not an
committee?
executive committee member.
I know, but you were there, right?
I just happened to
Okay.
stop by.
We
All right,
discussed.
no
the-
more charades, let's just wait until it comes up on the agenda and we'll tease the whole thing out,
Yeah.
okay? All right,
Except, could I add one thing to the executive committee?
Sure.
I just want to remind you that my contract expires June 30th, and it should be approved at the May board meeting. So you've got a month to call me in and
Okay, let's do his evaluation.
does that mean we have to evaluate you
Yeah.
like we didn't do
Let's
last year?
rip him one again.
you can try. I move pretty fast.
Will you be in France by then?
Oh, boy. Secretary,
Mike,
could
you
you
can make it a
please make
slam
note
dunk.
that that
You don't
has to
have
be agendized for the June meeting?
Agendize,
Uh,
evaluation.
Contract, no, I mean, the evaluation, we should start on that right now. Have that done so that we
Agendize
can
the
approve, yeah,
contract.
yeah, all right, so, right. Finance committee, does anyone know if they met?
Mhm.
We did not meet.
We talked about it.
Nominating committee, policies, procedures, outreach and development, did outreach and development meet?
We did
Okay,
not.
all right,
I
then,
note, 2 notes actually, because the nominating committee, we should get the calendar on paper for
Okay.
the election. For this.
Okay.
why are you looking at me?
Because you whip it out so fast and so
All right,
neat.
all right.
And because Rachel's now on the board, we need a new inspector. So we need to start canvassing Petaluma.
Oh, that's right, because Rachel can't do it.
Yeah.
You want to conscript Jude again?
Okay. Yeah, Jude will help.
Didn't she do it 2 years ago?
She did it,
Sure.
she did a good job.
Yeah, she did.
Was it 2 years ago?
I think so too, yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're done with reports of committees, as far as I know. Item 10, under old business, discussion of possible action on board committee assignments and development. And I think we left off with Rachel, you were gonna decide what you were gonna do, correct?
Oh, I need one more, huh?
How about nominating committee?
Yeah,
Would
we
you
only
be
have
interested?
2.
What is a nominating committee?
It's basically the
awesome.
it's awesome.
Don't trust anybody who says awesome.
We nominate good ideas. No, we help recruit new board members. We oversee the calendaring of the elections, and that's basically it.
And you receive any referrals from other board members, like I would say, oh, I know this guy Tim that wants to be on the board,
Oh.
and then you follow up
Which is
with,
pure fiction.
yeah,
That's how
with
we got
an
you,
application.
George.
It's not anything
Last
difficult.
time.
Okay.
It's probably one of the easier ones,
It's the second most awesome committee, really.
yeah.
Ours is the
Yeah.
Just like the nominating.
You know,
I don't know about that.
Once you
And
get- once you
outreach.
once you get the process going with the calendar and all that, that's what the committee does.
Once Cindy finishes the calendar, it's pretty easy.
We approve it.
Cindy will do it.
Yeah, once I do everything,
Cindy,
then
can you
you're
please-
good.
Show me.
She knows all
Do
the
we
dates
wanna-
in her head.
What I was gonna say was, once we get the ballots drawn, you're basically done, because then it goes through its own process with an inspector.
Oh, yeah, I have to do that again?
No, you
No,
can't.
no, you
Oh.
No, you
can't.
can't.
Yeah, that'd be a
Okay.
conflict this time.
Oh, good.
The inspector actually does more work than
So
I wouldn't go that far.
do we have a motion to nominate her for the nominating committee?
Sure, I'll move to nominate Rachel for the nominating committee.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I think you're in, Rach.
Well, it's a shorter name.
Okay. Any other committee recommendations that we need to make tonight? Okay.
It's your item, why are you asking us?
Just in case.
Just being inclusive.
Oh, if I could just say one thing about what is it called, their development, board development. I thought it was very nice of Neil to send you all a note that he wasn't gonna be here. Quite often, I get the call, and it's my job to come and tell, and it usually ends up at the last minute, and it's a little more awkward. I think that's a courtesy to your fellow board members to at least send it to Jason.
Yeah, well, actually, under Robert's rules, he is supposed to receive any
Notifications of absence.
notifications of absence, right? Thank you. Okay, is that it?
I have a question on that. Do we track down George's email address? Did you get the?
I believe I have
Yeah, give it to him, yes.
Okay.
just wanted confirmed, and also Cindy,
Yeah,
with
that's
your, with your moving, did you change your home number?
No, I didn't change anything.
And those were the two questions I have, so I can send this out in electronic.
You didn't get the email sent to you, like, for lessons, I talked to you last time.
We talked, I didn't, but,
I sent it, I got on the phone, and as soon as I got it.
you emailed it?
Yeah, I'll email you something.
I sent you an email too, George, and I don't think I must have the wrong one.
It's been corrected now, I got
Yeah,
it.
I changed it because
Okay.
I had an
I wanted to
issue.
make sure John had it,
Okay.
so,
Right,
cause
now-
you had
yeah,
said
he's
you
got it
had
right here.
sent it to him,
Mhm.
so,
Mhm.
good.
Yeah,
It's all ready now.
yeah. Well, we were supposed to meet over on the butter and eggs
Right, for the
issue, and we
butter.
didn't, but I got the application in without you.
Okay.
But I need you for the rest of the deal.
I will do it.
Okay, we'll talk before you leave.
Yes.
All right.
And you were gonna hit him up for the $500 too, right?
I want to do more than that. I'm giving him a timeout,
We'll talk.
penalty box.
I'm not quite sure about that.
All right, item 11, under new business, item A, discussion and possible action on the PCA studio build-out budget. John?
No, we're
Yeah.
making headway on this, we
Yeah.
had the subcommittee on the studio build-out met.
Yep.
We were in the site, we talked out the ideas, you wanna talk about that part?
Yeah, it was a great meeting. We spent quite a bit of time. Matt was there. George wasn't able to make it, unfortunately, but we talked afterwards. We looked at some of the physical changes that can happen in that studio with minimum invasiveness. We looked at the idea of putting some truss and the ceiling above the panels, the false ceiling that we've got, so that we could hang mics potentially and lighting and things. So we had a good discussion with Zach about some of the things he wanted. We also looked at the space just outside the studio room and how we can compartmentalize that a bit. Put a door there, have a control room there in the interim. We also looked at the possibility of removing that sink that's there. And after going through a lot of this with Zach and John, and given the realities of the space that we've got, I accepted that that was a good strategy for the short term. Although I am still a strong advocate of a separate enclosure for sound and mixing and possibly even surround mixing and voiceover and whatnot. But anyway, it was a productive meeting. I and Matt gave some insights to Zach in terms of different types of equipment. He submitted a list. I'm going down the list and looking at what products I might be able to get at a discount for PCA. It was all in all a good meeting, and then we had a follow-up meeting after that with the owner of the building, and she was very happy to have us do what we talked about doing. So all looks good, and I'm pretty comfortable with the plan. John had wanted us in the meeting before that, which you were present at, to approve a budget. To buy a curtain and things in the magical process of delay, another quote came in that was significantly lower than the one that we first got, so we saved a little money there. And yeah, it's exciting. I think it's a great move. And you know, for my part, particularly on the sound equipment and things, I'm happy to help there. And I'll also be able to donate some soundproofing panels because I have some excess ones that I'm not using. What did I miss?
Well, I didn't think you really got excited about the landlady's approval of ripping out that kitchenette.
Get
You didn't.
excited.
You didn't think
Go
I was
ahead.
excited enough?
Get
No, I
excited.
thought that was a
You know,
very-
I think part of it is that I didn't think it was going to be that big a deal. I mean, I didn't think the landlady would make a big issue out of it, just given that, you know, there's not a lot of value to that piece specifically, and we're not talking about taking out the piping, just really capping it off. So actually, I wasn't really surprised that
Okay.
she was okay with that.
For me, it was a big breakthrough, because I
Well, you
kinda-
know her better than I do, so
yeah,
maybe.
and I tested her husband, and he said, oh, I don't know if she's gonna like that, because it adds
Yeah.
value to the.
I think they had to see what we had in mind, maybe, but it's really a pretty minor
Yeah.
thing.
So we pick up the cost for ripping it out and making it our space, and they take it from there. We don't have to put it back
Yeah,
to
they'll
where it
store
was.
it.
Okay, great.
They did try to coax us into keeping the cabinets, it seemed, but they were responsive to Zach's point about it not really providing enough space for a monitor that would be there. But I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it'll be modest from, you know, studio standpoint, but certainly more than what we've had. And I like the idea that we could facilitate little roundtable discussion videos and things. And we talked about extending that to music performance videos and things down the road. So I think it's pretty neat.
Yes, we're having a contracted carpenter come in at noon tomorrow to talk about how much it would cost to take that kitchenette out and build a little wall doorway between the rest of the lobby and that back little room. And Zach has been working hard on a spreadsheet with costs. And it has everything but we want to redo the sound panel, the panels on the ceiling to be more soundproof. We need a truss system. There's the carpentry. He's got a budget of about 20,000. I think with the carpentry truss system contingency plan, it's 25. So maybe what I'm asking for is an envelope of 30,000 to make that studio really a gem.
And the trusses, do they have to be engineered? Or are you just talking about?
Matt had this magnificent scheme for the trusses, but I think we kind of moved past that.
Yeah.
Because all we're talking about hanging is microphones, if we wanted them hanging mic, or
Possibly
pointing mic,
lighting, I think.
or a little backlighting.
Yeah.
So we just need two kind of
Make sure you're awake.
horizontal
Oh,
piping,
I see.
and Zach's working on different plans for it.
Okay.
He's very excited about the new curtain quote, especially because he can get within 2 inches of the ceiling, which is critical. The other one was about 8 inches.
And it's a couple grand less, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's,
Fantastic.
They're closer.
And what's the ETA on a completed studio?
Well, it's as fast as we can. I would say June it'll be operational in June. That's all right. I would say reasonable, maybe sooner, but that would be reasonable. Zach is taking off for Easter vacations, so we don't have much, but we've got a good footing. We're gonna have a quote. We could actually start the carpentry work.
so you were looking for potentially getting approval of a budget this evening, is that still?
If the board
goal?
were to approve an envelope of $30,000, or 25, and I can ask for more if I need it, but 25 is really where I think it'll come in.
Okay. And that money would come from where out of the
Capital.
budget? Just all the capital expense, of course. So,
We've got about 86,000 in capital expense, and I've got an $11,000 reimbursement package to submit. That's from the last year, from April of last year to this year. And that includes the couch for the lounge, includes a new deck for the radio system. So there's a lot of material that's already going. We bought 2 new cameras, a computer for Caitlin. So we're definitely in a grow and beef it up mood. So if there were a motion to approve an envelope, that would give it, I mean, I looked at the actual books and it's like any object over $500 needs the president or the vice president to be part of the purchase. And I'm sure a lot of these, I mean, there are some that go to 1,000, actually there's, the recording deck goes to 3,500. But if I had an envelope that I could work from, that would be easier.
So what's the ballpark figure on the envelope you're looking for?
Somewhere between 25 to 30,000. So I would ask for 30,000 and bring it in under budget. Or we could put it at 25 and then I'd come back and ask for more if I needed it.
What's your timeline?
I would say June, we'd have it operational. I think it's gonna look, once we get the curtains up and that new little room in there, it's gonna look better. It's already gonna make a big quantum jump. They actually be functional, and you could always put cameras in there and do a live to tape. But they're actually wired and all, I think that'll take some time. So I would say June would be functional.
Okay, so,
Well, I mean, you were anxious to do this when we met, and what we talked about was doing a little due diligence, talking to Zach, getting Matt involved. We did that. I feel that since the last meeting, we were all pretty comfortable with the direction. I would be prepared to put a motion on the table to approve that budget for the studio build-out. If anyone has concerns about it, I would be happy to support a $25K budget and then have you come back. But if people would rather just give you a little bit more, then you can always work below that, you know, I'd be okay with that as well.
I'm sure some of these items on his list you could knock off.
Some of it's gonna be really, yeah, I mean, I can get at cost,
So,
so.
but I'm comfortable with 25, okay?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with the 25 also.
okay.
So we have a motion to approve 25K budget for the studio build-out. Do I have a second?
That's Cynthia's job.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I just figured since I put it out there.
You have a transition plan in place?
Sorry, Cindy.
Would you clean my house for
I
me?
don't know, I was just trying to move it along.
Get that $88 a month guy.
So,
Okay, so we got a motion, we got a second, and is there
Discussion.
any further discussion? Oh, okay.
Subject, making sure that you follow all, dot all the i's and cross all the t's relative to any purchasing regulations that are in the policies or anything?
That was the one, it's over 500.
That's the only rule that's
Mhm.
purchasing related?
That I could find, yeah.
you mean it
I
doesn't
wanna go to
stipulate,
work at PC.
doesn't stipulate what it has to be used for?
I wanna see the expense sheet.
Purchase orders over $500 shall be executed by 2 parties. Well, everything is executed by 2 parties, so we're covered wherever we can.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, but it needs full board for the over
I
five.
think John is being
Yes, he's been good.
inclusive and being,
Oh yeah, I've been as frugal as I can be for the last 3 or 4 years.
And then some.
Got a nice little egg
You
basket,
have a tight purse.
yeah.
careful,
Yikes.
this is on TV.
I know. It's just a
You
sign
know,
of the
you know what I meant.
So,
All right,
His
so,
face
so you
is red in
seconded
your
it,
shirt.
yeah,
okay.
okay. Oh, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Yay.
go for
Studio.
it, John.
Okay,
Thank you.
All right, so 11B, discussion and possible action on a change of date for the next PCA board meeting. We just figured out we don't need to,
We don't
so
need to.
we can,
We-
no action on that. Then all we have left is our closed session item, item 12. And for that, we'll need to wrap it up and say goodbye and
Wrap.
thank you for being here.
Wow, thank you.